All right, what's up, guys? Welcome back to the channel. My name is Caleb, and in the previous video, in the last video, we talked about setting up Bootstrap in our project. We walked through the entire process of setting Bootstrap in our project, and it worked just like it over here. Look at it. Yeah, it worked, guys. Well, if you could remember in that video, I said I was going to teach you two different steps in, in order to know how to set it up. But I skipped the last one because I felt that since you guys know this one already, then there's no need actually going into that, because normally what you just need is one. It's either you use this or you use the other one. So since this has worked for you, which I believe it has, then there's no need actually elongating the video again. All right, so guys, let's go into today's video. Now in today's video, we're going to talk about containers in Bootstrap. So let's just let me split this into two, and this into two, so that we'll be seeing it side by side, so that it will be a little bit easier. Now, what are containers in Bootstrap? What exactly are containers in Bootstrap? Well, containers are fundamental building block of Bootstrap. They contains padding. You can use them to align content that is in them. You can give them some responsiveness. It's just help you to wrap your content, and guys, they are pretty much amazing. Containers are the most basic layout elements in Bootstrap, and they are required when you want to use Bootstrap Grid. We're going to talk about Bootstrap Grid in the next video, and that is one of the most beautiful parts of Bootstrap, right? So containers are used to, as I've said earlier on, to contain, to pad, and to sometimes center the content within within them. Yeah. So container can be nested. Okay, you can nest containers and all that. Well, now Bootstrap comes with three different containers. Now we have the container, which is like the default container. We also have container fluid, and we also have container dash breakpoint. Well, don't worry about that. You don't need to know the name. You don't need to write anything. I'm just going to show you guys right now, and you're going to see how they work. So let's go into the default container, which is the first container. I'm going to leave a comment here. So I'm going to write first container. All right, now in Bootstrap, what we do is class. Everything is class. To make things work in Bootstrap is class. So we are making use of HTML. The HTML is going to be the same, but Bootstrap, you're just going to add some class. Then you're going to see the magic like abracadabra. All right, let's just have a div, right? Now, if you're using Emmet abbreviation in VS Code, I think it should come when you install VS Code, so you can use dots, then the name of the class. So if you want to use ID, you use hash, the name of the ID. If you press enter, if you press enter, it's going to generate that ID for you. All right, so for our case, that's just by the way, guys. So let's just write dot container and press enter. Now we're going to have some kind of content inside this container. Let's just say this is the default default container. Let's save this and let's see what happens. Now you can see that this is what we are getting. Now, is this different from the normal CSS, the normal HTML container? Let's try it out. So let's just say div. This is the normal HTML container. I'm going to write this is the default container. Let's save it. Let's see the difference. Okay. Now you can see this is from the HTML, the normal HTML container, and this is from the Bootstrap container. But what's going on? If you could observe that there is some kind of like a margin over here, or padding, like there's a space over here. So you know what I'm going to do? I'm just going to expand this. Look at this. Look at this. Reach this and boom and boom and that. Okay, so what exactly is going on? Now, the default container class in the Bootstrap is a responsive fixed width container, meaning that it has a max width changes at each breakpoint. Now, in this container, this div here, now there is a particular width. It comes with a fixed width, right? Now, its max width changes at each breakpoint. So what are we talking about? What the hell is breakout? What is breakpoint? All right, let's check what breakpoint is. What you're gonna do is I'm gonna go to Bootstrap. Let me go to their doc and let's see the number of breakpoint that we have there in. So let me see break points. So let's click on this. I hope they give us their breakpoint. Now look at it. Now this is their breakpoint. Now in Bootstrap we have the small, which is SM. We have the medium, which is MD. We have the large, which is LG. We have the extra large, which is XL. We have the extra large. So what does all this thing mean? What are they saying? I don't understand. They're having this, they're having that, and that. Now, what small is that whenever the width, the dimension of your screen is less than or equal, is greater than or equals to 576 pixels, something is going to happen. That's the breakpoint. So the breakpoint for medium is when the screen is 768 pixels, something is going to happen. But you know what? You guys can't understand it this way, so I'm just going to do something so that you understand it. You're going to write some code now for you to understand it. Now we can specify. This is the first kind of breakpoint. The first container rather. So I'm going to show you the second, which is where you're going to understand breakpoint. So let's second container. All right. So what we're going to do is dot container. Now this is the class, but in the second container, in the second types of container that we have in what do we call it, Bootstrap. So what you're going to do, you're going to put hyphen. Then you put the breakpoint. So the first breakpoint that we have is SM, which is for small. So we're going to press enter. I'm going to write this is small container TAINER. So guys, for you to see what is going on actually very well, so what we're going to do is we're going to specify a background color, and this is like a bonus to this tutorial. So to specify a background color in Bootstrap, we're just going to add this class BG, that's for background dash primary. Don't worry guys, you're going to get into color very soon. You're going to get into color, you're going to understand. So we have primary, we have danger, we have secondary and all that. So we're going to save this. The reason why I'm adding background color to all this is so that you guys will see what is going on, the width and all that. So BG dash secondary. So this is our Bootstrap class. You're going to see the magic right now. Now you can see that here, I didn't spell this right. We're going to save this and we're going to refresh it. Now let me just have some BR. So what exactly is going on? You can see that there is no difference between these two, but there is a difference. The reason is because my screen is small. What if I make it large? Look at this. I want you to check this, check this. Now, you can see that this and this are the same, which means that this container here is the default. This SM container is like the default container that you have in Bootstrap. So if we make it smaller, it takes the full width, but we're going to change this. So let's just copy this. Let's copy this and let's copy the BR, because I want you guys to see this very clearly. You need to understand this because this is like this is very, very crucial, because we are going to grid next in the next video. All right, let's save this. And instead of SM, what we're going to do now is LG. We're going to save this and refresh it, and let's see what's going to happen. Now you can see that over here, the last container, which is this large container, is still taking the full width. And this SM and the default container is not taking the full width. Now we are having this breakpoint over here. Now what is going on? Now here I'm going to explain the breakpoint to you clearly so you get it very well. Now once you specify this class as MD, guys, what you're saying is that when it reaches 768 pixel or below, that means when it is less than this, take the 100% full width. So over here, so I said when it is less than 700 and what do you have here? 700 and where is it? 768 pixel. Take the full width. So here, this is still less than 768 pixel. This is still less than 768 pixel. So as now, when it is greater than 768 pixel, when it is above that level, so it is going to break like these two guys over here. It's going to, that's what we call breakpoint. So it is going to break. So let's see it now. So let me just increase it. Increase it is still less than, then boom. You can see. So now it is greater than 768 pixels. Now this is how responsive containers work. Okay, we have the SM, which I've showed you guys. We have the SM, we have the LG, we have the XL, which is extra large. We have the XXL. Those are responsive containers. They allow you to specify a class that is 100% wide until that specified breakpoint is reached. So after which we apply max width for each of the higher breakpoints. All right, so let's go back. I hope you guys are seeing this. Now we're going to copy this code again down over here. Now let's say this is sorry about that, large. This is going to be X large, X large, A-R-G-E. I hope I know what I'm spelling. So XL, XL. So what do you think is going to happen? Now XL, once I refresh this page, XL is going to take the entire width, because what we are saying is that when it reaches, where is it? When it's XL is this. So we are saying when it reaches 1200 pixel and below, that means when it is less than 1200 pixel, make sure that you take the entire width. But when it is greater than 1200 pixel, break. So if I save this, it's going to take the entire width, because here it is less than 1200 pixel. Here it is greater than 768 pixels. Here it is greater than 576 pixels, and that is why it is we have this break over here. That's why we have the space over here, because it is greater than what we have specified. But here it is not greater than 1200 pixels. Am I correct with that? Yeah, it's not greater than 1200 pixels, and that is why it is like this. So when it is greater than 1000, I hope my screen is that large. Yeah, it is greater than 1200 pixel now. So when it is greater than 1200 pixel, all of them are going to take the entire width. That is containers for you guys. This SM, LG, XL, XXL, that's extra large. These are things that you're going to use in many things. You're going to use them in containers, you're going to use them in grid system. Okay, so that's why I'm taking my time to explain it very well now, so that when we dive into grid, which is one of the most beautiful parts in Bootstrap, in the next video, you guys are not going to be confused in any way. All right, so this is how containers work. It is for responsiveness. Right, it is for responsiveness. So here, what is the essence of all this? Now what you could do here therefore is that you can say that, okay, in this SM, this is where I want to put let's just say stuff that is going to work for mobile phones, because when it's less than that, all of them are going to take this the full width. So why is all of them taking the full width? They are taking the full width because if we come back to our breakpoint over here, what we are saying is that SM, when it is greater than or equals to 576 pixel, when it is greater than that amount, when it is less than that amount, just take the full width. So it is taking the full width for all of them here because it's less than 576 pixels. Yes, correct. That is true. So it will take the full width. Now it is less than 768 pixels. So it will take the full width. Now this is also less than 1200 pixels, guys. Yeah, it is less than that. So as far as it's less than all this, it's going to take the entire width. So that's just the basic part of containers, guys. That is how responsive container works in Bootstrap. Now the last part of containers in Bootstrap, which I will not miss, is the last one is container. The last container, what am I spelling? Container. Now that container is container fluid. So what do you guys think this will do? Now container fluid, this will take the entire width of the, with irrespective of the screen size. Let's save this. Now container fluid is going to take the entire width, bg dash danger, the ngr. It's going to take the entire size, the entire width of the system. So look at it. No matter how large it is, container fluid is going to take that entire width. Look at it over here. It's going to take the entire width of the container of the screen. So you guys should you know how to use this. You should know how to use this. This is for this SM is for mobile phones. It's going to be extremely responsive. LG is for like tablet or so, and this one is like for small laptops. This one is the small laptop or for laptop, I guess. So the XS large is for large screen. Now this container fluid is for no matter how large the screen is going to be, like, you're going to have that full width. So that's just all you need to know about containers, guys. Now in the next video, we're going to talk about the grid system, and we're going to walk into building different kind of layouts in the next video. And I hope you guys have subscribed. Now if you've not subscribed, make sure you subscribe to the channel so that you won't miss any of my uploads, any of my videos. Apart from Bootstrap, I do a lot of tutorials too, and you're going to have latest content in this YouTube channel. Make sure that you like this video and you share it. And if you have any doubts, you have any question, make sure that you just punch it out in the comment section below. Make sure that you just drop your question in the comment section below. I'm going to answer you as soon as possible, as soon as you've typed it. So I'll see you guys in the next video. Goodbye.